my lovelies, and welcome back to another week on this side of the bookish space of the internet. My name is Bree and I like to talk about books. So to get right into it, this week we are going to be talking about none other than the TikTok star of cowboy small town country romances, and that is Miss Elsie Silver. So I just finished Wild Side, like just finished as in yesterday, and it's made me think about the difference between Chestnut Springs and Rose Hill. However, I know that this series does still have one more book coming, and that is Wild Card, but that's not coming out until September, and I don't want to wait that long to make this video, so we're going to make it now. And I'm just going to do a ranking 1 through 8 of my favorite to least favorite of the Chestnut Springs and Rose Hill series. Now I'm going to do a disclaimer. I read Hopeless well over a year ago, and I read the other 4 probably about 2 years ago, so it's been a hot minute since I've read these books compared to these ones, which I just read in the last week. But I do think you guys will still be pleasantly surprised at my ranking, so we are going to talk about them today. This is going to be a non-spoiler, I hope a non-spoiler ranking. We're just going to talk about all the books, what they're each about, and tropes and things like that. And we're going to go from the bottom to the top, so my least favorite to most favorite. And this might come as a shock to a lot of people, but my least favorite is Wild Love. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. This just didn't hit. Apparently even my camera was upset that I didn't like this because it just had a malfunction and it took a hot minute to fix it. So the synopsis of this one is, she's been driving him wild for years, the kind of wild that comes with wanting your best friend's little sister and knowing that you can't have her. Forbes may have labelled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a recording studio in the gorgeous small town of Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims that he's her biological father. After years of living in the city, Rosie comes back to the town like a storm, beautiful, messy, and chaotic. One wide-eyed, desperate plea for a job is all it takes for Ford to hire her. He vows to keep her at arm's length, but with her, verbal sparring is a type of foreplay, friction that soon turns to a blistering heat. Ford knows damn well he shouldn't cross this line, but shouldn't and can't are 2 very different things, and the other thing he truly can't do is resist her. I have like notes on my phone, so I'm gonna go through them. So this one follows Ford and Rosie. Ford is the best friend of Rosie's older brother, Weston, and he is also the brother of the FMC of this book, which is Willa. So his dad is a famous musician, so he's grown up around music and he wants to open his own recording studio. So he wants to do things with music his own way, but that all comes to a stop when it turns out he actually has a kid. It's giving the game plan. Yeah, I honestly rated this one a 3-star, which honestly, considering this is my least favorite, a 3-star is pretty good, but this is at number 8 at the bottom of my list. I'm so sorry. I did like Rosie. She is a bit of a spitfire. I think she's really like fun and funny. But yeah, no, bottom of my list. So coming in at number 7, we have Powerless. Now, a lot of people actually really like this one, but I wasn't a huge fan. I really wasn't. This one, again, was a 3-star for me, and this one follows Sloane and Jasper. The back reads as follows. 2 childhood best friends, 2 broken hearts, 1 impromptu road trip to get away from everything. I've been living in the friend zone for years now. To Jasper Jarvis's fans, he's just the hockey heartthrob on TV. But to me, he's still the lost boy with the sad eyes and a heart of gold, the man I've loved in secret for years. So when my life falls apart on my wedding day, it only makes sense that he's one to swoop in and save me, and when his world comes crashing down around him, I'm there to return the favour. But the more time alone we spend together, the more I start to realise that Jasper isn't looking at me like a friend anymore, and he isn't touching me like one either. He acts like he wants me, but after years of turning me away, he's going to need to prove it. But this one is a friends to lovers. She falls first. She runs away from her wedding, and she's a prima ballerina, and he is an ice hockey star. And it's pretty much the whole thing is just them going on a road trip, trying to figure themselves out. But like I said, it's been a while since I've read this, so I'm a bit fuzzy on it. But this is just making me think that I need to honestly reread the Chestnut Springs. Like, I think I need to reread Chestnut Springs. I don't know, that's just the vibe that I'm getting here. This is number 7 on my list. Number 6. And this one honestly might be a controversial one. it's the one that started it all, and that's flawless. So this one follows Rhett and Summer, and I rated this one a 3.25 stars. A little better than the others, but it's not as good as the rest. So it's a 3.25, and the back is as follows. The rules were simple: keep my hands off his daughter, but now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. I'm the golden boy of professional bull riding, or at least I was until it all blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his bull-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and a mouth she can't stop running. And a mouth I can't stop thinking about. She says this means nothing, I say this means everything. She says there are boundaries we shouldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway. That actually sounds so good. Like, reading the back, I'm like, yes, it's so good. But then you read the rest of the books in the series and you're like, wait a minute, it's kind of mid compared. This one is kind of an enemies to lovers kind of vibe, because she wants absolutely nothing to do with him in that kind of capacity. But she is his agent's daughter. She just graduated from law school, and he is a professional bull rider. This one is forced proximity. It's got a one-bed trope, and he was actually also her teenage crush. This is number 6. I rated this a 3.25. The one that started it all. Next, number 5, and this one, everyone had such high hopes for this one, and if you read the books, you already know which one this is. Everyone had such high hopes for this book, and that is Hopeless. So this one follows Bo and Bailey. I rated this one 3.75 stars, so not quite a 4, but not quite a 3 either. Bo Eaton is the town prince, a handsome military hero with a tortured past. I'm the outcast bartender, a shy girl from the wrong side of the tracks. He's 35 and all man. I'm 22 and all virgin. He's also my fiance, correction, my dating fiance. We start out as a bet. He doesn't believe that anyone holds my last name against me, so he offers me his to prove a point. It's a win-win. He gets a break from his concerned family's prying, and I get a chance to shed my family's reputation. He says all I have to do is wear his ring, follow his lead, and pretend I can't keep my hands off him in public. But it's what happens between us in private that blurs all those carefully drawn lines. It's what transpires behind closed doors that doesn't feel like pretending at all. This engagement was supposed to be for show, this agreement, it has an end date. He once told me he'd never fall in love, and yet here I am, head over heels, my fake fiancé. Reading the back of them, they sound so good. So pretty much he's a town golden boy, and she is the girl with the tortured past. And she's like the town's sad story. She's the sister of 2 idiotic brothers that everybody cannot stand, so in turn they cannot stand her. He is a military hero. He went MIA for like a whole book. I'm pretty sure it was Powerless who was missing. I don't know, but he was missing for like pretty much a whole book. He went MIA, and now he's got some scars, and he is no longer working in the military, and his family is very concerned, so he offers up a fake engagement to keep their eyes away and to help her and benefit her as well. There is an age gap. He is 22. She's 22. He's 35. So there is an age gap with this one. I really like this one, but not as much as I like the rest. So this one is unfortunately number 5, which brings us to lucky number 4, and that is Wild Side. Wild Side I rated 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed this one. So this one follows Tabitha and Reese, and it's a bit of a complicated one, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it at the beginning. It did have a little bit of a twist that I was not expecting, and I loved it. I think it was really good. The back is, I'd always dreamed of my wedding day, but not like this, not looking into the eyes of the man who betrayed me. When my nephew's guardianship is contested, I decide I'll do whatever it takes to keep him Rose Hill, even if it means marrying the enemy, Reese Dupree. A man who is secretive, broody, and completely infuriating. His work takes him away for weeks on end and brings him back covered in mysterious bruises, ones he won't talk about. In fact, we barely talk at all, which will be fine, except he's not talking, he's staring, and the way he looks at me is borderline indecent. The tension between us has always been palpable, but living under the same roof is a dangerous temptation. I swore I would never forgive him, but that was before I knew the man behind the mask, the one who's fierce and protective, gentle and patient, the one who shows up for us when we need him most. He's not at all who I thought he was, and that makes hating my husband so much harder and loving him just a little too easy. The thing I love about these books is the covers. They have 2 things that actually match the book, which I really quite like. So this one is definitely an enemies to lovers. It is a marriage of convenience. He is a famous anonymous wrestler, and she has a very popular but semi-famous in their small town restaurant that she works at. This book does have heavy themes of drug use off page, and her sister does die from a drug overdose, and she has a 3-year-old son that she leaves behind, but it's not Tabitha who has guardianship of him, and it causes a little bit of chaos. He is somebody that's never had anybody in his life, so having someone like Tabitha go so over heels for her 3-year-old nephew Milo, it just baffles him. Yeah, and fun fact, he was also her sister's landlord, which is how they met and how he knows Milo. But I really enjoyed this one. I thought this was so fun. I had a really good time. I finished this for under 24 hours. I loved it. But this one is number 4, 4.25 stars. Number 3 is Elsie Silver and Winter. This one is Reckless. This one is in Chestnut Springs. I rated this one 4.25 stars, actually the exact same as Wildside. I love this book. And the back is as follows. Theo Silver, rowdy bull rider, notorious ladies man, scorching hot trouble wrapped up in one drool-worthy package. And he's looking at me like I might be his next meal. I'm almost free of my toxic marriage and I've sworn off men entirely. So all I see when I look at Theo is temptation served up with a heaping side of heartbreak. The man is hard to trust and even harder to resist. Make that impossible because Theo is persistent and no matter how hard I try to freeze him out, he melts my icy exterior and pulls apart my defenses. Then I spend the singular hottest night of my life with him. It was supposed to be a one-time thing, a secret, but that little plus sign is going to make the secret impossible to keep. So if you do not like accidental pregnancies, you will not like this book. This is an accidental pregnancy due to a one-night stand. It's very much enemies to lovers. Winter is someone that throughout the other books of the series is perceived as cold and heartless when she is not at all. She is so soft. She just has been in a horrible marriage and she was mistreated in her upbringing, and you just need to get past that icy exterior to see that she is just a beautiful human being inside and out, and Theo sees that and Theo brings that out of her. Cannot get a hold of Theo when she finds out that she is pregnant. So when he comes back into town and sees she's got a baby that's nearly 1 year old, he's like, what the hell is that mine? And moves in next door and proves to her that he can be present in her life. And it's just such a beautiful book. It's such a beautiful story. But I think this book is absolutely beautiful. This is number 3 on my list. Number two on my list. I actually struggled so hard between number 2 and number 1. But number 2, I'm sorry, it's gotta be Wild Eyes. Like, I had such a silly, goofy time with this book. I was giggling. I read this book not even under 24 hours. I read this book in under like 12 hours. And as a mum to like a 10-month-old, that's crazy that I found enough time to read this in under 12 hours. It helps that my baby has really good naps. But this one follows Weston and Skylar, and I actually rated this 5 stars. I loved this book. The way it had me pulling on my heartstrings, the way that I actually had emotions, like I was like, oh my god, this whole book. I loved this book. And the back is as follows. A rugged mountain town seemed like the perfect escape from a life in shambles until she ran into the world's hottest single dad. As a chart-topping country singer with a recent streak of bad press, it's hard for Skylar Stone to find any peace, but she finds it in Rose Hill with a little boy and a little girl who steal her heart just as thoroughly as their dad, Weston Belmont. The man is a shameless flirt. He uses confidence and masculinity in a way that's downright distracting, and in bed he's addictive. Everything with him is wild and impulsive, and Skylar is desperate to regain some control. But no one has supported her like Wes does, and no one has ever made her feel as loved as he does either. So when Skylar's brain says settling down with a small-town horse trainer is impossible, her heart says she's right where she belongs. She can see in his eyes that he wants her to stay, and she wants that too. But Skylar knows better than anyone that you don't always get what you want. Look, I love this. So he's a single dad to a 6-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy. She's a country singer. She's had a lot of bad press. She's trying to escape, and she wants to pretty much reinvent herself as an artist. And as you know from the first book of this series, Ford has just opened a recording studio, and she goes to stay with them to record her album, except they didn't have housing yet. So they ask Rosie's brother Weston if Skylar can stay at his little bunker house. She eventually just ends up staying inside the house. She has been emotionally abused her whole childhood. There's some scenes with a talking parrot, which is really, really funny. There is a hero element to that one when he saves her life as well in the beginning of the book by a grizzly bear. But yes, I genuinely struggled between number 1 and number 2, but this one just had to go at number 2. And if you know Elsie Silver's books, you know already which one is number 1, and that is Heartless. These two, like, to me, there's no comparison with these two. These two are just amazing. But we are going to talk about Heartless right now. Heartless follows Cade and Willa, and just in case, I will state this now, the Chestnut Springs, they all follow brothers. Cade, Rhett, and Beau are brothers, and then Theo is Rhett's best friend, and then Jasper is so close to the family that they pretty much call him an honorary brother. And Willa is sisters with Ford from Wild Love. She is also best friends with Summer. When Cade needs a nanny, Summer says she knows just the person and she calls him Willa. And the back reads as follows: working as a nanny for the world's grumpiest single dad should have been simple, except I can't get my eyes off him and he can't keep his hands off me. Cade Eaton is 13 years older than me and barely looks my way until I get him in the hot tub for a game of truth or dare, then all bets are off and so I act close. He's gruff, a little rough around the edges, but it turns out broad-shouldered rangers with filthy mouths are this city girl's kryptonite, so who am I to resist? And when he softens in our quiet moments together, I start to realize his hardened exterior is just that, a facade. Someone once convinced him that his best wasn't good enough, yet I've never felt more cherished than I do in his arms. My contract says this arrangement is only for 2 months, but my heart says this is forever. Need I say more than just Daddy Cade? This is number 1 because Daddy Cade. But this is definitely a grumpy sunshine, very much instant attraction. He's a single dad, she is a nanny, so it's got like a nanny boss kind of thing. There is a 13-year age gap. It's forced proximity because she has to live in their house. This is everything you could want in like a boss, employee, single dad kind of romance. I love this book so much. It is just amazing. 5 stars all around for me. But this is my official list from bottom all the way to the top. These are all dual POV. They're all country romances, I would say, more than cowboy. Only some of them are select cowboys, but they're all small town, barely interconnected, but they are just enough to be entertaining. Well, that was rude. But yes, if you haven't read Elsie Silver, I definitely recommend you give her a go. I'm genuinely thinking about rereading the Chestnut Spring series now, and if you have read Elsie Silver before, you guys should tell me your 1 through 8. I do know she does have another series with the Gold Rush series. I believe the first one is like Off to the Races and there's like a photo finish or something like that. I haven't got them yet. I will be getting them soon. I do have the first book of them, but not the rest. And I don't like to read them unless I have all of them, because that's a toxic book trait of mine. I love all of these books. None of them are bad in my eyes. Some of them are a bit too cheesy. But that's okay because we love a little bit of cheese over here. Just sprinkle it on top. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. This one was more of a filler one leading up to next week and the week after. But I still had a really good fun time doing this. I have filmed this and I have to try to edit it and upload it all in one day. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for me. Let me know in the comments your 1 through 8. I'd love to see them. And I hope I see you guys next week on this Book Your Side of the Internet. Bye guys.
She's like the fish from Fish Hooks where he's like, I like you, have a cupcake. I like you, have a cupcake. Ew.
I like you, have a cupcake. I like you, have a cupcake. I like you, have a cupcake.